All right, this is Addison Williams and Jeff Hull, the Box Chumps. And we're going to talk about some lesser-known ways to make it to the CrossFit Games. We just had the 2019 CrossFit Open, and if you ranked anywhere close to where I did, you were not in the top 2 for your country. Yeah.
I didn't check, actually, to see if I was in the top 2.
You better look.
For New Zealand. I do still hold citizenship, so I should probably go check.
Dude,
it'd be quite ironic.
Yeah,
if the only other New Zealander who does CrossFit.
Nobody else did it.
didn't actually bother to sign up.
They all failed the drug test.
failed the drug test. Maybe it was sharing season.
That would be a lot of.
Sharing season, I'll be busy sharing sheep.
That would be that'd be a lot of pressure to you get an invitation to the games. It'd be like you'd be complete. Would you go if they were like, "Hey, man, you're the top for your country"? I would
absolutely show up. I would show up wearing a lot of New Zealand kit. And I represent my country quite happily.
Oh man,
I'm assuming that somebody else probably showed up. There's that Kiwi chicken in the top 5 right now, so I'm assuming there's a relatively fit bloke back home somewhere who's not busy milking cows.
You guys spend a lot of time with the cattle, I take it. So what we're talking about today is if you're like Jeff and you safely believe you didn't make it for your country, the new system, there's no regionals. So it doesn't matter if you're top several dozen or whatever in your area, there's no regionals now. Big change. So for those of you high-powered athletes who feel like you still have a chance, let's talk about the other ways. And we want to talk about the lesser-known ways because a lot of people have heard about the Sectionals, which means there are events thrown by like Granite Games, Rogue Fitness,
Mercedes-Benz.
Mercedes-Benz. Is it a race?
I don't know. I just saw them on the page.
They're sponsors.
They're throwing cash at it.
If you get through a Sectionals event as like the top guy, you're going to the CrossFit Games regardless of how you did in the Open.
Or top girl. Addison.
Yeah,
top girl
you're
well.
right. Sorry.
They let girls compete in the Sectionals.
They would kick the crap out of me. If you make it in a Sectional event, you're going to the Games. Let's talk about some of the lesser-known plays to get to the Games. We've got the invitation, so they do like a Willy Wonka style, like golden ticket. Yeah.
Yep.
I've never heard of anybody getting the invitation before. People actually didn't know this. They've actually had in the rule books in the past that they reserved the right to invite people before.
I've been checking my mail.
They've never invited anybody.
Checking for my invitation. Unwrapping my chocolate bars very carefully.
I got mine.
Brilliant.
Yours is probably just lost. They didn't get your. They probably sent it to your New Zealand.
They probably
house.
did. They probably sent my my New Zealand house.
Or they didn't think to invite you because they thought you were going to qualify for your country.
I could qualify twice.
Right. There's another thing. It's you've heard of the Sectionals. There's also the Sectionals, which is you get. It's like a sectional sofa. It's for people who are very unathletic who go straight from the sofa. You guys have seen these videos on the CrossFit YouTube.
There's been a lot of good instruction recently on how to get up off a sofa.
Those were hints about the Sectionals events. So those are just the open standard sofa with 2 cushions. The Sectional needs to be at least 4 cushions.
Right. Sectional has an extra section.
Yeah, it's
more like a triangle shape, like a right angle.
Yeah, they go over all the standards for the size and shape of the sofa for the Sectionals events. But you can make it. The requirement is that you have to have just come from your sofa. So if you're in great shape, not qualified. You're disqualified.
Well, the bloody videos would imply that I could be in great shape. But if I'm walking around my sectional, it's a lot more complex, really, isn't it? I don't know why they didn't give me an instructional video on that.
It doesn't map off.
What was the blue liquid? Did we ever work it out?
I thought it was antifreeze. For the engine.
Dangerous. Very dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, think about what they're doing. That's a liquid element being added to the movement.
I thought it was windshield washer fluid, actually.
You missed the one about the broomstick snatches.
No, missed
It's
that
uneven
completely.
weight because one side has the broom head and the other side has nothing.
There's another way to qualify, isn't it?
Really? 1 rep max. Yeah.
The Sectionals.
The Sectionals, yeah.
Brought to you by Lazy Boy. Rooms to go.
Sponsored by
Rooms to go.
Rooms to go.
Probably a higher end brand than that. Probably Ashley Fine Furniture. Or
so for all you haters who were judging those videos on YouTube, that there was a meaning. You should have been following the cues.
Now you're not going to the games. That'll teach you.
Jokes on you.
Not paying attention.
Other lesser known methods to get to the games?
Video submissions. You could just send in a bloody great video of yourself with a little bit of a pep talk about why you should go to the games. why you'd be good at it, and why you'd be good on telly.
You're just
Greg,
making
Greg, I'm talking to you, mate. You probably haven't watched my video yet. Well, if you have, I assume you haven't because you haven't reached out to me. But anyway, I sent it in.
We should just spam Greg Glassman for like the next 3 months about getting our invitation and then go. That would be so
video submissions,
amazing.
Shirtless video submissions.
I'm sure he can resist.
One of the ones that I'm actually looking into is immigration. All right, so selective immigration. There's a lot of now that you can get the top 2 athletes from each country.
There's some countries that have 0 athletes.
All they have to have is an actual an affiliate in the country. And then no athletes. So we got to go there, open an affiliate, immigrate. Buddy Bob's your uncle. We're representing Mauritius.
It's guaranteed. So Mauritania.
Yeah.
So we just find a country with no athletes going to the games. All we got to do is immigrate and open an affiliate. It's so easy, Jeff. Why didn't everybody think of that? The trick would be also to find a country with
no Nordic people.
Right, because they're going to win.
They're going to win.
Imagine if you opened the only affiliate in the country and immigrated in, and then somebody joined your gym and beat you, and you didn't get to go.
The way you do that is you go to a country where the GDP is so low they can't afford the fee.
Oh no!
Afford the membership fees.
Yeah, you make it like $1 million to go.
Oh, you just make it like a standard whatever we're paying. This is probably be enough.
It's close.
And like Eritrea or Congo.
What other ways to get to the games?
Being extraordinarily fit is one of those ways.
I suppose if you really want to double down.
Being extraordinarily fit. Being extraordinarily fit and quite old. Because they actually I've noticed they invite like 3 to 4 times more masters than they do regular athletes. So there's 120 masters.
They're implying that everyone who's young is a novice. They don't know what they're doing. When they get old, they'll master CrossFit.
Well, they let 35 men, 35 women, 120 masters. So that's 70 down there. 120 masters. I'm thinking they just probably want a few spears in case some of them kick it during the war.
Oh my God!
And I'm close enough to almost qualify myself for that statement. So. Sometimes I may or may not. I may or may not finish.
I suppose if you really wanted to go to the...
I'd let my sponsors down, wouldn't I?
You got sponsors? Man, you've majorly been underperforming.
Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose if you really want to go to the games, you could just buy a ticket.
35. Yeah, well, there's always that. You could buy a ticket, which will save you an awful lot of effort, sweat, blood, tears.
And then when you get there, you don't have to do the workouts.
Don't have to do the workouts.
Which is a lot easier. You just watch it. Imagine if you qualified. Yeah, you qualified just to watch the other athletes. You're like, oh, I'm not doing this WOD. I just want to see you do it.
I just want to pay the extraordinary ticket prices.
You're like, you'd have to be an animal to do this.
Exorbitant ticket prices. But here, it says right here, 35 men, 35 women, 14 teams, 40 teenagers. They don't actually specify gender for those teenagers. And then 120 masters.
Oh, that's impressive. I didn't know that.
No,
so that's awesome.
I don't think anyone knew that, actually.
I'm actually just mildly, pleasantly surprised. So.
Yeah. But buying a ticket, it doesn't, buying a ticket's probably probably the best way to get there. I don't think a lot of people are thinking about that.
I think the last word is Greg Glassman. This is for you. We're waiting on our invitations. You've never exercised that before. Mm-hmm. Jeff and Addison, we're ready. I'll go ahead and you can just direct message us on the Facebook page. We'll get you that address. Box Chumps out.